Hello, I'm Dr. Frank Guarnido, Chief Scientist with the Institute for Digital Transformation, and welcome to the Institute Fellow Spotlight. Institute Fellows are industry experts who share their insights, opinions, research, and real-life experiences about the transition from the industrial era to the digital era. Today, we shine the spotlight on Institute Fellow Terry Bennett. Welcome, Terry.
Hi, Frank. It's good to see you.
Great seeing you. I'm glad you're doing okay down there in Dallas, Texas. You had a hard time there for a while, so I'm glad you're doing all right. So tell us what you're doing and why that should interest our viewers.
Now I'm a member of Fortium Partners. Fortium Partners is a unique organization. We're about 100 and just over 100 ex-CIOs, CTOs, CISOs, people that have had a lot of experience in advising boards, advising C-suite over the years, but we're offering our services in a fractional level to different organizations. And what we like to tell people is that we're technology leadership reimagined. In fact, what I like to tell them even more than that is we help companies transform IT from what they see as an expense that costs an awful lot into more of a profitable investment. And it's a huge undertaking for us because in a lot of ways it's changing the face of the way companies use IT.
Excellent, excellent. So fractional CIOs, that's a really cool market space. So what attracted you to the Institute Fellows program?
You know, when I first started in the fractional CIO space, and actually, honestly, when I got laid off from a job and began exploring this, but I started thinking because I had a lot of years in IT from startups to global 500 companies, you know, all over the map, and I started looking at IT and what really was going on, not just in IT, but in the world. And seeing that the pace of change was accelerating so much. And I saw companies that were honestly failing to take advantage of that. And as a result, in my mind, I was seeing a lot of companies fail in the future. In fact, go look at the statistics, how many Fortune 500 companies over the years are not there anymore. Ones that were staples for years and years. And I started exploring that. And as I did, I happened to run across Charlie Araujo and began talking with him about it. And I was writing some blog articles on my own a little bit. And so Charlie and I hit it off and began playing off at each other on what was really going on in this digital transformation space. So that's really what attracted me to it. Having thinkers that really understood what was going on in the world from a digital transformation standpoint.
Yeah, I think that's a consistent theme I'm hearing from Institute Fellows. It's really a space where we can coordinate digital transformation leadership and thought leadership, as it were. So I'm hearing that consistently from the Institute Fellows, so thank you. So what's the one piece of advice you would give to folks, organizations undergoing a transformation?
I think the first thing to recognize is there's so much misunderstanding around digital transformation. And in my mind, it's really not a difficult concept. The ultimate goal of digital transformation is the sustainability and growth of your business in a world of accelerating change.
Wow.
That's plain and simple.
It's really profound. I love that.
And that's all it is. But the piece of advice is, I want all of us to understand that as leaders, your organization is not going to transform unless you transform as its leader. Your personal transformation is going to affect the way you think. It's going to affect where you spend your time. It's going to affect what you talk about. And you've got to develop a laser-like focus on speed, on flexibility, on customer obsession, and that's going to change the way you lead.
Yeah.
We know, for example, and this gets into culture, because culture is a big piece of digital transformation. Studies show that consistently that less than a third of employees are are actively engaged.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not going to work in a world that of constant change and accelerating change. To have that, you don't need just to have the employees' hands, you need their heads and you need their hearts. And you've got to have that in order to get them moving forward with you. And that is going to transform the way that you're leading.
Yeah.
You've got to empower people from the top to the bottom, instead of the old command and control leadership mentality that we had. I mean, let's face it, if you implement the best technologies in the world,
Yeah.
it's not going to do you any good if you've got a bottleneck in your decision making.
Absolutely. Yes, we're finding a lot of that out right now in some other pieces of research that we're doing. And I asked you for one piece of advice and you gave us like three. So that's really bonus. If I were to summarize that, from my cultural perspective, I'm hearing you say, as a leader, you get the behavior that you show. And that's kind of what I'm hearing from you. And that's really powerful. So, hey, well, thanks for letting us shine the spotlight on you today, Terry. But unfortunately, that's all we have time for. So thank you very much, Terry.
Thank you.
So join us again when we shine the spotlight on another Institute Fellow. I'm Frank Renito. See you next time on Institute Fellow Spotlight.